Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker. Okay, so here we are on day 5. We are approaching the finale. We have managed to come to some sort of accord with Jaya in that we recognize that she may or may not even have done any of that torturing we're thinking about. It's quite possible that Marianna or another Dreamwalker was messing with us, or that Jaya does know how to dreamwalk and use that ability to interrogate us while we were unconscious. In the meantime, we both kind of agreed that what Dekker was doing is horribly immoral, which is apparently trying to induce psychokinetic abilities in patients and then copy it for himself so he could be like some Marvel supervillain or something. Or is that more of a DC thing? I'm not sure. I think Parasite is DC. In any case, we've got the usual suspects to work with here. We haven't even tried anything else. I mean, we've got Bryce, who teleported on us yesterday. Claire, who we ordered to kill her husband, but I'm actually suspecting that, you know, her husband didn't come back from the dead, and she was kind of lying about the whole thing. So then we've got Ellen, who's been the most cheerful, and therefore she's probably the one most likely. Oh, it looks good in red. Probably one more. Odd timing on the gaze there. Who's that Marianna, who's actively messing with our heads and probably is a serial killer, whether or not she's actually that expression does not look good. And then there's Nathan. Now, usually I'll just go through this alphabetically, but we just did Jaya, and then there's Marianna, and she's supposed to lead us to Marianna. Actually, Marianna's supposed to be the first one that the game prompts us to go with, which of course makes me more and more wanting to go in other directions because it's just who I am. But of all of this, I want to talk to Claire, and I want to get more information from her because she's still top of my suspect list, because according to Bryce, he buried her husband. She claims that she resurrected him, and that if he had gone into the earth, she would be unable to resurrect him. But let's see how this goes, shall we? How are you today?
I'm fine. I killed David.
As we discussed.
Again. Like you told me to.
Yes. And how did that go? Okay. How did you kill David?
With an axe.
Ooh, messy. Hope he didn't do it in the house.
I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me.
Oh.
I cut off his head.
Did you keep it?
When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm.
Probably. Contraction. Okay, well that was awkward. Okay, so tell me about the girl.
Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation had I not been splattered in blood and sweating like a milkmaid.
Maybe you should have cleaned up first. Tell me about the father.
It seemed like he wanted to give me a piece of his mind, but when he saw the state I was in, he fled.
Well, yeah.
There were no police that turned up. I suspect I've got away with it, at least this second time. Now all that's left is for you to write up my diagnosis.
The diagnosis?
That I'm not sound of mind.
I'll agree with that.
That I wasn't sound of mind when I killed David. It's up to you whether you want to mention any of our other conversations. I'm happy either way.
Okay, so right. Oh, where is David's body? You stop doing that.
I buried him near the lake house. I'm not sure I'll be allowed a second funeral.
You could talk to Bryce about it.
Besides, it's close enough to visit.
Hopefully deep enough that the animals don't bury him up, but I don't actually suspect he's there. Okay. God. Tell me about the prescription pad. If you remember, the prescription pad was used by a patient in order to give death threats to Dekker.
I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it?
That would be logical. Nothing about him has been terribly logical of late. So Claire is really good at lying, we know that. Okay. Tell me about Dekker. We keep coming back to this one.
Oh, the continuing saga of Dr.
Even
Dekker.
she's noticed.
After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met.
Ah, yes, the offer.
Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed.
Did you reanimate Dekker?
He called me on Valentine's night.
I see.
He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately.
So he
It
planned?
seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up.
You know what? I ain't got problems with that. Let her do it. Seriously, if part of your plan is I die, would you please put the knife away? Thank you. I thought we were doing so well here. Gods. Tell me about the death threats.
I've already told you, I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats.
I thought someone might have told you something.
It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
Who is trying to frame you?
That isn't important right now.
Okay. Are you insane?
Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life? I can't imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it will be fun. For me, at least.
Are you threatening me because
No. Threats are usually made without the intention of following them through. This is quite the opposite.
I'm sorry, compared to the rest of this rogues gallery, you aren't scaring the shit out of me, Claire. You can reanimate people, but you gotta kill them the natural way. And by this point, assuming that Jaya hasn't been keeping me prisoner here and I've merely been delusional, I'm going to have at least a 9mm, not a shotgun, hidden behind this desk. I think there's a desk. I'm never allowed to put my head down. So, let's see if there's any hints left on Claire. Why would Dekker want to kill David? And why do you think Marianna is framing you?
I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker.
Ah.
I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor? That poor girl.
I probably
I hope it didn't accrue anything more than interest.
So, Marianna. Oof, looks like we will be coming back to you in a moment, but I'm going to drop the second hint as well. Why would Dekker want to kill David?
Yes. Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover.
Oh, she's green. Good, we're done. Stop doing that. I will shoot you. Oh, God's therapy. All right, Marianna. Obviously, this all involves you at this point. So you are really getting kind of... Good gods. She's cracking up completely. It's okay, I think I've got the 9mm.
I'm fine, Doctor.
Yeah.
I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's start with this. Dreams?
I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now.
You're lying about dreaming. angry with her.
Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth?
Truth? What is truth?
The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor. Or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours. And people follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's the last thing they do.
Well, if they follow you underwater, they're obviously going to drown. Oh, gods. Tell me about the loan, since we just did that up with Claire there. Oh.
Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane.
Well, that was
In
shit.
his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional.
This is interesting.
He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Got a lot of ways to go here. Let me check her replies. Yeah, the loan. Tell me about the money. Because obviously you blew it all in that Etsy scheme you had going there, trying to sell jewelry.
That's not something I know of.
Probably not. You're not terribly good at it. Oh, for God's sakes. To the description pad. Tell me about the prescription pad.
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
Oh, good. Because death threats.
I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that.
Tell me about following. People following you. Not her following people.
You'll have to ask me some.
Ah! Tell me about being followed. Okay, that's another way of doing it.
People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature.
Tell me about the creature.
I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp?
Wisp?
A star? It's so bright and warm and loving.
Just in case.
I don't know why it leaves me.
You want a list?
It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
Let's discuss this. Okay, so, yeah, she's not looking so good. Here's the thing about Marianna. Let's take this two different ways. One is she's a delusional serial killer. She takes people out to the beach, she goes out for a swim and then drowns them because she's a really good swimmer. Or perhaps she poisons them, I don't know, and then disposes their body in the water. But the deal being is that if she's what she's pretending to be, that would make her, like we said, a Deep One hybrid, and that Dagon or Cthulhu belong there is using her to feed on people. But why would it feed on people? I mean, that's the thing. Cthulhu and Dagon in the original Lovecraftian fiction don't feed on people. They're gods. They don't really need sustenance. The only reason they present threats is the same way we present threats to ants that live in our territory. They simply stomp us out. They barely even recognize us as sentient. This is coming out as more like something of a classic dark fantasy. But let's drill under our head a little more and see what we got. Yeesh, we got a lot of double stars here. Prescription. Let's just go with the feeding. We'll double back to that about feeding.
I don't have...
Okay, how does it feed?
When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished.
Oh, good. I'm going crazy. I'm probably going to get a bad ending on this one, at least for me. Because, obviously, I mean, just being in the guy's head is kind of makes me, go a little crazy. Alright, okay, so... Let's see, the feeding we've done... Looking down?
You really want to know?
There.
If I look down, it's writhing. Just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year.
Mm-hmm.
They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature. It's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
It just eats them. Slowly.
Ooh, like a sarlacc. Okay, so here's where we're going with this. This ironically reminds me of a creature, sentient coral of all things, that absorb people in the SCP website. Have you ever seen that? Secure Contained Protocol. It's a fictional organization. It's designed to keep eldritch abominations and other entities and objects of power away from people so they don't destroy it. However, they don't destroy them. There's an interesting thing, corollary, in one of their entries about that at one point, a harmless little thing like that was essentially a teleporting beach chair, somebody tried to destroy. And then by chopping up their wood chipper, and then the wood chips, still alive and animate, started choking people to death by teleporting into their lungs. See, sometimes it's just better to appease the dark powers, but in this particular case, yeah, it's some sort of creature that's absorbed people. It's not Cthulhu, it's more like a Shoggoth, really, but yeah, you're not looking good. Okay, so that's just okay, but it also could be a guilty conscience. The creature eats them. Spelling.
The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor.
Yeah.
Creature. I hear it. It's hungry.
Well, we told them not to
Nobody
feed.
can know. It's our secret.
Mm-hmm. Our secret?
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me. When you visit, I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it.
Projection there. Yeah, okay, let's talk about this. One of the things that we have not established is whether or not I'm leaving the office in order to visit Marianna due to her spellbinding abilities. But we actually have that against it. Jaya, one way or the other, has interacted with us during the night twice. So the thing is that considering the eye she keeps on us, she'd be aware of what's going on. Now, the text for the address could easily be Marianna taking our phone and doing it herself. The thing is, we don't literally have any proof that she's anything but crazy. Bryce teleports. We saw that. Nathan's in a time loop. We experienced that on day one. Claire, on the other hand, I'm guessing David may or may not have been real. The Ellen tried as minor shifting could also just be us playing with her, messing with her head. We don't really have a lot of proof on Ellen there. So, yeah. I don't visit you. Okay.
I can't really.
What do I supposedly do when I visit you? Your lurid fantasies.
You get inside me, Doctor. And it hurts. And you don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't actually think that's happening. Because, first of all, there's no pronouns used in this game, because I could be a female on the other side of this keyboard, right? And yeah, of course there are attachments and such, but yeah, she's gone. Let's see. Okay, tell me about the missing people.
I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone.
Uh-huh. John?
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot.
You are the creature.
But I can't explain what happened next.
What happened next?
I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him.
Bullets?
Lots of holes.
Hmm.
His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms.
Intestines.
And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here.
Why are you here?
They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not.
Are you insane?
My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
Disturbed. Did you kill John?
No. The creature killed John.
It wasn't me. Uh-huh. I did not visit you at home.
There's too much there for me to think about.
Has anyone else turned up at your home?
You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
Because you're crazy. I did not visit you at home. Maybe I had to trigger it.
Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun.
Oh, what did we do?
If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Enlighten me.
Can you remember what you did?
Ha. I'm sorry. Compared to the first one, you don't gaslight worth shit. Okay, so... What do you mean inside you?
No,
Inside you. Just cut to the chase.
I don't have an app.
Okay, so never mind. Okay. Do 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 do. What do you mean I get inside you?
You watch me undress.
Mm-hmm.
You say nothing, but still you order it just like Dr. Dekker did.
Uh-huh.
I strip, ashamed. As I lie down, you bend over me.
Mm-hmm.
Your face. So horrible. Like worms. Crawling. With jaws like pythons. You bury into me. I lay there, frozen, while you violate me. Punishing me. I'm not sick. You're sick.
Nice projection. Sweet girl. Punishing you, you say?
It's my fault they're all dying. They're following me.
Are you... Alright, no. Oh, gee. Oh, are the holes stab wounds? I was going to say bullets, this is England.
That's an interesting analogy, Doctor. You think I'm making this up?
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, Dekker said you... Remember back a little while there? You were sane.
Dr. Dekker was a hack. You're special. You're good at your job. You know I have problems.
Yes, but they're not the sanity problems, they're morality problems. A hack, you say?
There are similarities, but you're not the dead doctor. Are you feeling okay?
No. Are you fine?
I've done lots of dancing. Lots of clubbing. Lots of socializing.
And no blackouts, is that what you said?
Like I said, I've been fine.
Alright, so are you insane is this one here, which I think you're waiting for a response, and I'm going to say no, you are not insane, but we still have more about this, the loan and that. Tell me about Claire, because she knows about you.
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
Alright, here we go. Did you kill Dekker because you owed him money? Which he didn't, but we're just gonna find, I want to check this out.
Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out. I owe her the money now.
Why did he transfer the loan?
I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her.
But what the hell does Claire want? I mean, we can't ask Claire. She's already green. We already burned her out. Okay. Wait a minute. Did Dekker prescribe you temazepam?
I don't know anything about that.
Did I spell that right? Okay, what do we got here? Wait. Nope, that doesn't even count. How do you spell temazepam? Temazepam. I got it over here. Ah! Temazepam.
I don't know about that.
Okay, cool. Where we keep asking this one on Valentine's night. Where are you? Where were you on Valentine's night?
I've got nothing to say about that.
Okay. Do we have anything else on her? Yeah, we definitely do. Guessing, yeah. Sane one and the prescription pad.
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
Prescription? Just do this. I'm not exactly sure where they want us to go with it. Okay. Hint. Thank you. Did you take the prescription pad?
Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions,
You're the psychotic.
I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate.
Ah. She is so accustomed to using seduction to get what she wants, doesn't she? See, description pad, and how are you today?
I'm fine, Doctor.
No, you're not.
I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing.
Okay. What else? What else? We got the insane one. I'm obviously going to tell her she's not insane because this is just bad acting at this point. Not the actress herself. She's doing a pretty good job of playing to switch between seductress and murderer. And she might be disturbed. But okay. But she's not Cthulhu's great-granddaughter. She's the best way of doing this. Oh, one of the things we've got to ask, are you feeling hot and thirsty? Because she said that she did that a lot.
No, I've not been thirsty. Not since I went back to the sea.
We got left just the insane one. That was the Halyard today. That's supposed to have figured out to ask about the water. I guess this is it. No, you're not insane.
I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time.
It's not my problem.
And then, how would you get your reward, Doctor?
Do Claire than you. And those of you who've been watching know exactly how much of an insult that is. Wow. Yeah, we dug the holes out of her and sorry, wrong word. We dug all the dirt out of her and we got what she is. She's just a pretty face. Sociopath, manipulator. She's the sort of individual that's been getting by on her looks and her sex appeal for some time, but the problem is with people like that, especially with sociopaths, they have no depth to them. Sociopaths are not some sort of superhuman killing machine. They're individuals who cannot feel empathy or any depth of emotion. They're empty shells. A lot of times what happens is they're the ones who end up killing people over and over again in order to try to find a thrill, fail to do so, and do it again and again in more ritualistic forms. So, yeah. We're done. Whether she killed Dekker or not, something else entirely. Dekker was killed, and I think Claire may or may not show up. This leads us to the rest of our conflict. Now, the thing is, I'm at 32 minutes, which means I can still go on at this point. But I'm not sure which of these three I want to hit right now. So there's Ellen, there's Bryce, and then there's Nathan. And frankly, I think I want to end on Nathan. I think I like him. You know what I mean? So we're the next two probably gonna be Ellen, and let's do Bryce. Got it. Now I've been keeping hovering on him. I'm guessing it was kind of inevitable that I would choose to do so. But let's do our typical group. How? Ish. Boom. There we go. How? I never know when they skip like that. Did I like accidentally hit the tab button or something? How is my favorite teleporting time manipulator?
I'm not feeling very well.
Can't imagine why.
I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me.
Bryce.
Time was still frozen, but I can't escape it. I'm doomed.
Are you doomed? Let's find out what his dark secret is.
It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
Okay, how is it taunting you? Did you kill Dekker for the way? Oh, what the hell? Bluetooth must have passed out there. How is it taunting you?
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
Did you kill Dekker?
I took his body.
Why?
It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground.
You tried to get Claire to put him
I didn't
together?
know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared.
Bryce, how can you mess this up? You have got access to body disposal equipment as a grave digger. You could have buried him in any grave that had a name. You could have done it in 12 graves. You could have launched his pieces over the catapult. You are the worst body thief ever. Ugh. I don't mind the evil as much as the incompetence, really. Okay, how did the body disappear?
I know you want to be buried, but it's never the end, is it?
Apparently George Romero, no.
I have a private tool shed at the graveyard.
Told you.
I moved his body in there before the burial, but when I came back, he'd gone.
Oh, God.
It was locked, and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that?
Claire, you have some splaining to do? Oh, God. Oh, God. Is Dekker back from the dead?
Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself.
Taking Claire's power.
Maybe he wasn't dead. Just sleeping.
With a knife through his heart? Oh, God. Did someone else move the body?
If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again?
Fuck with your head. Yeah, a lot of thieves will actually do that, because then you begin to wonder whether or not you did something with itself. Because if you leave it in the exact same position as the, that you left it, you wonder, did I do that? Okay, cool. Did Dekker teleport? Because we actually know teleportation's a thing.
It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker?
I don't know. I really don't. Okay, so let's run this past. Let's assume Jaya's worst fears are actually true, and Dekker has absorbed all the superpowers of the individuals around him. Now remember, I don't actually believe Claire is capable of resurrection, so I honestly think Bryce is delusional at this point. But let's run the other scenario. Let's say that Claire did resurrect and put the body. I mean, she could have at least brought the head, goddammit, just proof. Let's assume that's a thing. He's got all the powers, including Ellen's shapeshifting, but I don't know if he's locked into him doing it for somebody who's going to die. But we know Marianna's sane, right? So he doesn't have her power. Nathan has the time loop power, but frankly, why would you want that? It's a curse. So this leaves teleportation, time manipulation, and necromancy as his primary powers. That's a good power set for the supervillain. It's not great, though. I mean, they're not like you're raising up zombie armies. You're just raising up brain-damaged individuals. But he could try to give himself immortality. Probably going to have to answer that question eventually, and I'm going to say no, the thing is not Dekker. What else do we have? I'm not sure I want to move. Those tend to, yeah. Did Dekker teleport?
It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing.
That's right, it's asking me to answer that one. Did you kill Dekker?
I took his body. Mm-hmm. It was me. I took it from the...
Oh, right, that's right. Why didn't you think burial would be enough? Because remember, by Dekker's own twisted logic, burial prevents resurrection.
Burial isn't enough for Dr. Dekker because he's evil. I thought if anything, we'd established that in our earlier sessions, Doctor. I had to destroy him properly.
He's not a vampire.
Just bury him in the ground.
Oh, gods. Oh, how are you today?
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour.
Ah, tell me about the midnight hour. We only got 8 hours, not 9. Because this is a little weird. If he's not conscious, does he have the midnight hour happen?
I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor.
Would you stop doing shit like that?
You have a strangeness, don't you?
What strangeness? Oh, God, a minute hours.
You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker.
Do I?
I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well.
Jaya, did you give me his
You
house?
kept it almost entirely the same. Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker?
Is it the trust?
Is it a perk?
I guess.
Or you, Dr. Dekker?
Technically true. Possible. Think about it a second. If we've got Claire's shape-shifting ability, I could be Dekker, but then that would mean I've applied back for my old job with Jaya and she'd be none the less. So no. No, I am not Dekker. No, I am not Dekker.
I thought it might be a perk. I'm sorry I spied on you.
It's okay.
I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were.
I understand this.
Just some mannerisms. Strangeness.
Look.
It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have done.
What can I say? I'm a dog person. Well, not really a dog person, but I would never throw out a dog. Seriously. It's also the fact that I don't even... He can teleport. We got that. We understand that. The midnight hour thing's probably happening too. But, I gotta talk to Jaya about the house, really. Seriously? I mean, can I do that? I mean, some of this weirdness is just that... Oh, God. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm half tempted to go back to Jaya, but let's keep drilling on Bryce. We've got a couple minutes left here. I think we can probably get through to him. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, no. Talk about the strangeness. Oh, right. I already did that. Just did that. Oh, prescription pad. Tell me about the prescription pad, because you are the one that can probably get it.
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet.
Correct.
Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
The death threats.
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now.
Do I actually have the damn thing? I would check. No, I don't actually. Jaya, do you tell me about the death threats? Jaya, yeah, we keep getting back to her. I think so. Dekker powers, death threats. We already asked her about that. Prescription pad. Probably gonna have to go through the lightning round on that one, which is gonna be an interesting one because it'll be the absolute last thing. And stop lurking over there, okay? Let's get back to Bryce. Okay. Sleeping through the night. I think that was something he was trying to do earlier. Couldn't.
I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious.
Religious? Spell religious. There we go.
When something is chasing you, you start wishing that a higher power could save you. I remember you saying that there aren't enough religions.
True.
But I still wish there was only one, and one that I could believe in.
Perhaps Catholic, I understand. Okay, so... Oh, Jessica. We should really ask. Tell me about Jessica.
I waved back at Jessica yesterday, and she smiled.
Good for you.
It was bigger than normal.
Excellent!
I think we may have made a connection, Doctor.
Great.
The photos I have of her, I think I'm going to destroy them.
Excellent.
They're my problem, not hers.
Absolutely. Oh, thank God, we got one. We've done one. We've saved one person in all of this. Thank God. Although, you know, it's a poor success rate, but this is a Lovecrafty universe. Keeping people sane is a losing battle. Oh, God. What else have we got? Probably... Oh. A thing was looking at you. Remember that one I think was struck out.
The thing that's following me. It doesn't have a face.
That's annoying.
I saw it close up when it was standing over me.
Slenderman?
It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing.
Slenderman.
Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole.
Wow. All right. So what do we got left for hints here? Oh, yeah. Are you still stealing things?
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now.
Good boy.
Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it.
We'll go with that this time, all right? Okay, and here we go. Is it Dekker? No, the thing is not Dekker. First of all, Dekker wants to be an amorphous entity thing. Now, remember way back when Scarlet told us about getting to Dekker's dreams that he was just kind of falling apart. And I actually don't think he became some sort of super Nyarlathotep class individual. I just think he's kind of like a reality stain at this point, thus the spreading madness.
And so it is. You worried me then, Doctor. I thought you were starting to believe in the unbelievable too.
Anything else? No. I'll probably have to lightning round him. Let's see, did we have anything off here? Might still be a green star somewhere. Yep. Cheeky borrowing.
I don't know anything about that.
What could I do about that? Let's see. Do we talk about the gallery? Is that a thing? Good gods. Gallery. Let's do the gallery.
That's not important, Doctor.
Teleport to the gallery. Is that the important part?
I suppose I'm becoming lazy.
Yeah. Dude, you're the one who's worried about getting into solid objects, and now you're just teleporting around town when time stops. Dude, you are gonna get fat. I'm serious. You're just gonna stop walking places, and I understand the attention. If I could transport from place to place instantly, it'd be attractive to me. But let's be practical here. Not only would you be missing all the exercise and the fresh air and meeting people like Jessica, you might materialize within a solid object and explode. So things to think about. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode on a cheerful note here because I think we saved Bryce. I honestly think that we saved Bryce from himself. And eventually, here's the odd thing. Now, the whole point with Jaya is try to remove psychokinetic abilities, but it's entirely possible Bryce will retain the psychokinetic abilities and his sanity, therefore making him, I don't know, Project Powers thing. It's like I saw an advertisement for that. I have no idea what it's actually about. But yeah, I mean, okay, he can teleport and he can and he gets an extra hour time. He's still being chased by an unknowable cosmic force, but hopefully we can get that one resolved too. But it's going to be on my purview because we are done with Bryce for this game. Anyways, this means we are closing in on the end. We have exactly one episode left with Ellen, Nathan, and the lightning round with Jaya. So here we go. Now, as I mentioned before, when we get through to this, we're picking a new series. Now, if we get to 200 subscribers, and assuming you still want to see it, the unlock bonus is that Lust from Beyond will be the next episode, will be the next series. Now, if you remember, and if I goddamn remember to do so, because I think I keep forgetting some of these links, I'll put a link to the prologue, which was delivered free, and I did for the 150 subscriber unlock. But the thing is that it turned out to be pretty popular compared to most of my other series. Let's be honest, this is a niche game. But if we fail, and we are approximately 6 away at this point from subscribers, if we fail, I will create a trailer of 4 to 6 options for the next game. I have a number of ideas, but I have learned that the stuff that kind of interests me in this niche cannot be mass appeal. It's a problem with Lovecraftian fiction. Unless you've got a kind of more how do I put this, a mainstream hook. It can literally go over people's heads. I mean, let's face it, we've been listening to people talking to a couch for hours, but I find it fascinating, and I think about 14 of you, according to the view count, can find it fascinating, but I obviously need to expand mass appeal a bit. But yeah, I'll do so, and there'll be a mix of ones from everything from dark fantasy, cosmic horror, to sci-fi, to traditional Lovecraft, like really traditional Lovecraftian fiction. But in any case, of course, if you like this, like, share, subscribe, and if you really like it, sorry, been talking for 45 minutes. If you really like it, then you can help me support me on the Gumroad payment platform, which also has its own unlock concepts, like the Secret World Lore Hunter series, in which I try to hunt down all the hidden lore in the game itself, which is something like a couple thousand pieces. So hey, I do enjoy torturing myself to some degree. And of course, you can check out Secret World Legends, which is my ongoing series for the last 2 years, the Lovecraftian MMO. And of course, we're narrowing down and finding out who killed Dr. Dekker. Now, considering that next episode we may have to accuse somebody of doing this, and if you're doing this in real time and you've got that week before this next episode drops, hit down below and tell me who you think killed Dr. Dekker. We'll see who wins. And as a bonus, since I told you there's going to be a vote on the next series, anybody who gets Dekker's killer's identity correct will get an additional vote. Assuming we don't get the 200, but even if we get the 200, we'll have a vote for the next series after that. We'll get an additional vote for which one. This includes non-subscribers, because you technically get 0 votes, plus 1 is, of course, 1 vote. But please subscribe. Seriously, it helps me be able to get some of these series as a promotional thing. I've only managed to get it once, because, 200, pretty low count. But in any case, I'll see you next time.